Are you ready, kids? Get your parents' permission, check your mailbox, and grab your shopping cart. It's time for the Adventures in Collecting podcast.
I'm Eric.
And I'm Dave. Welcome to Adventures in Collecting, where we talk toy news, culture, and hauls,
along with our journeys as collectors. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Adventures in Collecting. I am tired. It is New York Comic Con. I am sitting in one of the press rooms in the New York Comic Con River Pavilion, contemplating my existence and all of the fun and amazing things that we've seen so far here at New York Comic Con. It is, as of the time of this recording, it is the final day. It is Sunday. It has been a really incredible con, a record-breaking con even. Supposedly, the sources tell us that this is the most packed New York Comic Con has ever been. It is the largest New York Comic Con of all time. There were some really fun surprises that I did not capture on video because I wasn't there for them. But Tom Hardy was here during the Sony panel to premiere Venom. They screened the Venom film for those who were in attendance. Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio were here at the Marvel booth. And they showed a trailer of the new Daredevil series of Born Again, which is coming soon. Of course, our friends at Hasbro were here for a panel for their action toy brands, where we had reveals from Marvel Legends, the X-Men 97 Sentinel, which is up for pre-order now for $175. All new tooling, brand new figure, roughly 22 inches tall. In the X-Men 97 color, so this is not a reuse of the previous HasLab. This is a all-new figure to fit in with the X-Men 97 collection. It is up for pre-order through November and does not charge. Repeat, does not charge until it ships next year. It is scheduled to ship sometime in October of 2025, so, any amount that you order for that $175, you're not going to have to worry about paying for them until next year. That is a problem for future you. Also at the Hasbro panel, they revealed a whole bunch of new Transformer figures. Star Wars The Black Series, Star Wars The Vintage Collection. We've got figures from Skeleton Crew coming in both scales. The return to Tatooine is continuing with a re-release of Dr. Evazan. And the long requested Empire Strikes Back Snow Trooper is coming to the Vintage Collection. All newly tooled, looks beautiful. We got to attend the Hasbro press breakfast and got to see a bunch of these releases in person, and they look gorgeous. The G.I. Joe team, Emily, friend of the pod, Emily, revealed a whole bunch of new G.I. Joe classified releases, including retro Dr. Mindbender. So those who missed out on the exclusive, maybe joined the line a little bit late, will finally get to add Mindbender, or as she put it, everyone's bald, shirtless, vest-wearing dentist. Rejoins the G.I. Joe classified line on a retro card, along with Rock and Roll, and a really sweet payoff to the Hunt for the Mass Device hint that BMAC left back at around San Diego Comic-Con. We saw our first product for that. It is Snake Eyes and the Polar Bear from that very iconic episode of the G.I. Joe series. And then, of course, the HasLab. So the Ectomobile is live, available in two flavors for you. So you've got the standard edition for $349, which is the Ghostbusters 1 version of Ecto 1. Comes with the Librarian, comes with Slimer. And then, of course, you have the Deluxe that comes with the conversion kit to turn the Ecto Mobile into the Ecto 1 A from Ghostbusters 2, and it comes with the 4 Ghostbusters in their gray suits, 2 slime cannons. So we have ventured into Ghostbusters 2, and then as kind of a sweetened pot, if the project does fund in the first 2 weeks, they will add a Louis Tully in the Ghostbusters getup from Ghostbusters 2. So lots of good stuff from Hasbro on their panel. McFarlane Toys, we got a chance to hear from Todd about everything going on with McFarlane Toys, which was great. Some clarification. I think that one of the more, I don't want to say controversial, but one of the more talked about parts of his panel was the re-explanation of their sticker system. So I'll just give you a super quick rundown. So those who are maybe unfamiliar, as it stands today, you have a gold edition figure, which is a release from McFarlane Toys that is exclusive to a store. So gold label, would be exclusive to, say, a Target or Walmart or whatever. And then you have the Platinum Edition, which is typically your chase. The Platinum Edition is getting now 3 flavors. So you have a Platinum Edition silver sticker, which is a paint variant of an existing figure in that wave. So a perfect example would be Manga Batman, and then the black and white version of Manga Batman is your silver platinum sticker. Then you have a red platinum sticker, and that is a brand new character, so a short packed character chase. In this case, again, using the same example, in that wave there is also the Question. So Question would be a red label short packed character chase, and then you have a gold sticker, Platinum Edition, that is an ultra rare. And that will, the example that they used during the panel was for their Movie Maniacs line. They'll be producing figures for Red 1, the upcoming holiday movie starring The Rock. That figure will come with an artifact card. So for those who are familiar with Topps trading cards that have a swatch of fabric from, say, an athlete's uniform, or a piece of an artifact, a real life item. So in this case, it'll have a swatch from The Rock's costume, Dwayne The Rock Johnson's costume in Red 1, and those will be ultra rare. So the chase is on, if you will. McFarlane also revealed that they are going to be adding the Batman and Robin Batmobile to their DC Multiverse lineup. So it appears it's only going to come just as the Batmobile. There doesn't appear to be a flavor with the figure yet at this point, but stay tuned for more on that. They showed it off very similarly to the Batman Forever Batmobile. Has a button that has lights and sounds on it, and it looks like the Batmobile from Batman and Robin. So as always, a ton of stuff coming from kind of the big brands, right? The Hasbros and McFarlane Toys of the world, but there's a lot to discuss outside of those larger brands. So what you're going to hear from in this episode is you're going to hear from friend of the pod, Blaine, who is going to take you through the entire NECA booth. You're going to see everything that they had for display, a bunch of new reveals. You're going to hear and see, if you are watching this on YouTube, you are going to hear and see that booth tour. We also are going to hear from Thomas at the Jada Toys booth. So Thomas is going to take us through everything that they had on display. Again, bunch of new reveals from them. They are growing their little collection of licenses, and for the first time, you will get to see the entire cast of Street Fighter 2, as is now available, or soon to be available from Jada, as well as a couple other little surprises and hints at things. So you're going to hear from NECA, you're going to hear from Jada, you're going to hear from our friend Brian Volk Weiss at Nacelle. They had breaking news coming into this New York Comic-Con about Star Trek. So Brian is going to share his vision for what Nacelle is planning to do with the Star Trek license. Dave and I had a chance to sit down with him and chat. And then you're also going to hear from one of the other big stories of this con is Brian, formerly of Funko, started a new company called Thrilljoy, and we had a chance to talk to Carissa from the Thrilljoy brand about the launch, where you can get their product, and you'll see a little bit of the Thrilljoy product as well. So with that, some super quick housekeeping. Dave and I are going on vacation, but there still will be new episodes, so stay tuned for that. But you're going to see and probably hear from us while we're at Disney World. We're headed to Disney World, so expect to see us from there. Also, we have our annual Halloween episode. Our annual Halloween episode this year features we're taking a break from our normal narrative Halloween episode. Congratulations to best friend of the pod, Dave, who is not going to get killed this year because he is a brand new dad, and that would just be cruel. So maybe we'll go back to killing him next year. We'll see how that goes. But in his place, we do have some fun, spooky content for you, and nothing is more spooktacular than Monster High. And we have Monster High creator Garrett Sander coming on the show for our Halloween episode to talk all things the history and how Monster High kind of started. And he has a brand new project called Gravestone Guardians. They are action dolls, again, in that kind of horror realm. So we're really excited to talk to Garrett. If you are watching this on YouTube, and leave us a comment if you have a question for Garrett for that episode, and hopefully we can get to it for you. But the usual things, make sure you're following us at AIC_podcast on Instagram, on X, on TikTok. If you missed any of the New York Comic Con coverage, because there is certainly more than what's going to be in this episode, we have full panel live streams that have been saved. So if you want to go back and watch the Hasbro live panel, you want to watch the McFarlane Toys panel, you want to watch the Diamond Select panel, go back to our Instagram. So at AIC_podcast, tons more pictures, videos of all the coverage from New York Comic Con. Also, our YouTube at AIC_podcast, still the same thing. We're there as well. We have a couple of exclusive videos from New York Comic Con there as well, including our entire press breakfast, Hasbro press breakfast at their New York headquarters. That was a lot of fun. And also a little Easter egg, if you stick around to the end of that video, those who have been listening to this show and enjoying Adventures in Collecting for a while may recall way back when we had Mark Maha and Tony Colella from Hasbro on the show. We heard this story about how when you dunk peanut butter Twix into nacho cheese, they somehow taste like key lime pie. We tested that theory live, all four of us, and I'm not going to spoil it, but you should go watch it and see if you want to try it yourself. Let us know. But that's on our YouTube channel. And of course, along with that is a tour of everything else that was in the Hasbro press breakfast. So Jing and Chris gave us a hands-on tour of the new Star Wars releases. Mark gave us a tour of the Transformers. We got a whole full tour of the HasLab and the Ectomobile. And then of course Ryan gave us the rundown on the Sentinel. So I think with that, we have all the housekeeping in order. So I can shut up from this seat, and you're going to hear and see more from me and Dave as we go through those interviews that I just mentioned. So with that, enjoy this jam-packed New York Comic Con recap coverage, and we'll see you next time on Adventures in Collecting. And we are here with friend of the pod, Blaine of NECA Toys, live at New York Comic Con, and he is going to take us through this amazing looking booth display. Blaine, take it away, buddy.
Yes, so welcome, obviously, as you said, New York Comic Con. We've got a lot on display here, some that you've seen before, some you've never seen in person, and a few brand new reveals. So we're going to start with TMNT. On display, we've got the cartoon street scene diorama, which of course you've seen before. Many of you own it. It's a wonderful piece. And with two sewer layers out, we decided to re-release this cartoon dio. So today, Sunday, the last day of Comic-Con, I believe is the last 24 hours you have. to pre-order this cartoon street scene. We've got some Mirage Turtles displayed here. I believe Chote is probably a brand new reveal. I don't think anybody's seen him in person or in render before. So Chote's here, live in person. You've got first/second appearance, April O'Neil. It's our second Mirage, April O'Neil. Of course, all the supporting cast which you've seen before, Leatherhead, Casey Jones. We've got the Triceraton Gladiator, which is a wonderful army builder. Lots of fun. Rat King's probably my favorite in the Mirage line because he's big and ridiculous and comes with those alternate hands and heads to give you those two different looks he had from page to page. Below that, for a first in-person reveal, we showed the renders back at San Diego Comic-Con, but here for the first time, we have the paint masters to our 2012 TMNT. So you have Leonardo and Michelangelo on display. Everything you've come to expect from NECA, those deep dive accessories. I think Ice Cream Kitty's probably going to be the accessory winner of 25. But yeah, so look for more news on the release and more characters coming from 2012. Next, just in time for the holidays, we have the Dimension Xmas Vacation TMNT 4-pack. This was based on a VHS holiday special musical in which they were on a search to get a gift for Splinter. So Trevor Zammit, who's our TMNT brand manager, and his team worked tirelessly to recreate exactly what that ridiculous live action looked like. It was 90s. It was spectacular. And this 4-pack actually just won Top Insider's Best Geeky Collectible for their holiday gift guide. So we found that out on Friday. And that's kind of one of our big exciting news is this weekend at Comic-Con.
Nothing says Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles like leg warmers.
Honestly, I mean, really. Speaking of fun, Archie Ninja Turtles, our Archie comic, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, are just a really fun, bright, colorful way, iteration of the characters and a fun way to get them out in a toyetic form. So the Stump Wrestlers, of course, are available now. They were in part of Target's Fall Geek Out. They are in stores now. I think you can get them online. We have a cover variant of Belly Bomb coming out. He's on display here along with Wingnut and Screwloose for the first time. I'm not sure if we've even shown Krang Shredder before, so that whole display might be brand new for New York Comic Con. Also brand new, we have Ace Duck from the Stump Wrestling Archie comic, and he is big and buff and ridiculous and everything you want in a comic book wrestling duck mutant. And this ring, I have heard from Trevor Zammit himself that he's gotten so much buzz about this Dio from San Diego Comic-Con that he is going to start development on one. So if you're interested in a stump wrestling ring, let us know. We love listening to the fans. And I'm going to start, let's do it. Let's do the great big news. So this Dark Leo, which is coming soon, I have no news yet on the release, but this was brand new reveal here at New York Comic Con. And what's really special is the TMNT team, particularly my friend Jason Young, created this kind of concept with the team as a what if series, which we've done in the cartoon line already. And IDW, the comic book company who does Saturday Morning Adventures and The Last Ronin, loved these character designs so much, or this character design so much, that they created an entire Dark Turtle team and the story around it. And revealed this weekend is issue 20 of Saturday Morning Adventures, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, illustrated by Sarah Meyer. And it was wonderful to have IDW and NECA and our artists collaborate to create an action figure that has now become a comic book character. So super exciting news. You can pre-order your issue 20 now. Tell comic book stores you want to order it. And then we should have pre-order information about the Dark Leo action figure coming up early next year. So just a few months away, we'll have some news.
And shouts to @WorkMoreOrLess on Instagram. Congrats, buddy.
Yes.
It looks amazing.
Yeah, sculpted by Brody. The expression was sculpted by Thomas Zilu. So just a wonderful, wonderful collaboration with the whole TMNT team, both at NECA and IDW. Congratulations, everyone. So awesome. Another brand new reveal. Lots of Last Ronin reveals, we have the Night Watcher turtles. So we have Leonardo, Donatello, and Michelangelo. We have had a few people asking us why there's no Raphael, and if you need to ask, that means you need to read The Last Ronin. But these Night Watchers are absolutely incredible. To kind of emulate that kind of flashback page, we recreated the grayscale with the pops of red, which are so beautiful on the page. If you haven't read The Last Ronin by IDW, please do. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's probably my favorite newer iteration of Ninja Turtles. And another reason I love it so much is next we have Granny April, and she comes with Baby Moja and Baby Yi. And these are some new turtles. There are 4 new turtles, and you see them in child form. And then as the Last Ronin comics continue, you get to see them kind of grown up and taking over the mantle of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I think they're just really fun new turtles, new iterations of turtles, a new team. They have wonderful dynamics. So I'm like blowing smoke up IDW, but I can't talk about it enough. It's a really great series. And then, spoiler alert, there might be a daughter, famous duo daughter, and we have Casey Marie on display here. And you might kind of guess whose daughter that is based on the first name, but Casey Marie comes with her motorbike and looks like she's jumped right off the pages of The Last Ronin. She's got soft good kind of leather type hooded jacket. She's going to have alternate expressions, tons of accessories in addition to that bike. So if you're a Last Ronin fan, we have not stopped with The Last Ronin. We're getting into the Lost Years, we're getting into the secondary characters, and hopefully we do not stop. Keep supporting it.
One could say that she's a very cool human mutant.
Ooh,
even, maybe. Maybe.
No spoilers. And then we've got our cartoon line, which is doing phenomenal. And every time someone thinks we are close to stopping, we find more deep dives. So like Tattoo and Worm, like Creepy Eddie and Shibano, those are those one-off characters from maybe a couple scenes in an episode, but we really want to expand the 87 universe, and we want to expand the Pizzaverse as well. So, of course, we try to get Ultimates out when we can. Shredder is a fan favorite. He's the main villain. We hear you. We have an Ultimate Shredder coming with additional accessories, additional expressions, and as I mentioned just previously, expanding the universe and expanding what Trevor calls the Pizzaverse. We love to do these what-if styles, and we love to do characters in different styles as if the cartoon never stopped. So we've got Panda Khan in the style of the 80s cartoon, and he's going to be an ultimate. As you can see, he stands a lot taller than the other figures, so he's going to be single-packed, coming with tons of very large accessories and alternate expression. Super excited about that. So the cartoon's one of our kind of mainline originals, and then our other mainline original is, of course, the 90s movies, which I am an uber fan of. And we've got Tatsu in the middle. I know fans have been asking. I can confirm here, Walmart has put another order in for Tatsu. More Tatsus are coming. He was part of a fan shop exclusive, so he was part of an NCAP program in Walmart, which was a smaller, short-run program. But fear not, we couldn't announce it before. We are announcing it now. It is going into their main line. You will be able to get Tatsu. And to expand on the 90s movie, we wanted to bring new collectors in who maybe started with our Secret of the Ooze or our TMNT3 and want to get back into the movie, or you're just looking for something fresh. We have new packaging with Casey Jones. He comes with a dirt bike this time. He is that ultimate Casey Jones, so he's got his alternate expressions. He's got his alternate mask. He's got tons of alternate hands and a fun motorbike. And to the right, we've got Leonardo and Shredder, and that is to pay homage and recreate the rooftop scene from the ending of the film. So if you are a TMNT collector and have not gotten into the 90s, or you may have misplaced your 90s, or you just need an upgrade, we hear you, we got you. 90s are coming back to Walmart.
And is that a new expression there on Leonardo?
Oh, keen eyes, keen eyes. That is a new expression to, again, recreate that rooftop scene.
Very cool.
I can't quote it on camera, but I've been doing it all weekend. All right. Continuing with the fun, we did see these at San Diego Comic-Con, but they were a new reveal there, and we wanted to show our East Coast fans our Ultimate Sesame Street line. Super, super excited about these. They were so much fun to design. I love the detail. The sculptors did a phenomenal job. The painters, it really looks like they are made of that Muppet fabric. They're fully articulated, multiple expressions, multiple accessories, and you'll notice they are a little bit larger than what you'd expect Muppet scale to be in ultimate form, but we wanted to make sure that they scaled well with some older puppet action figures you might have in your collection. Maybe selfishly, but we want to have them on our shelves and we want to see them on your shelves. You can pre-order those now along with the Sesame Street Toonies. And then welcome to the Playhouse. So newly revealed at San Diego Comic-Con, we have our Ultimate Pee Wee Herman. This is our updated deco. It was a paint master at San Diego. So this is, I believe, very close to final. And then we get to start production. So look for Ultimate Pee Wee early next year. He comes with, like I said, Terry. He comes with 3 extremely iconic expressions, multiple hands, 2 of them being ones where you can hold the secret word. And because I am an Uber Playhouse fan, I made sure to pack in for all of you diehards 2 different secret words on 2 different cards with 2 different fonts because seasons 1 and 2 had one and seasons 3 on had another. So I like a diehard accessory. And the Playhouse in the back is not a dio that we are planning at this moment, but I wanted to show this art off mainly because I'm gluttonous and I drew it, but mostly because I drew that to give to the packaging designers so that the packaging really does give you that feeling of the Playhouse and makes you feel like you're stepping right back into the 80s. So look for Pee-wee, I would say late Q1, early Q2 of 25. And what's Pee-wee without Elvira, his best friend, right? So you've got the retro Elvira's here. Commando Elvira is our newest in the line. She's up for pre-order right now. Technically, this is the first Elvira specifically from the Mistress of the Dark movie. While, of course, your classic black dress that's sitting on our, I don't know what couch that has nothing to do with any sort of teases around anything. Of course, her black dress can count as a Mistress of the Dark movie figure, but the Commando is very specific, giving her tattoo, her bandana, her big bazookas, and the gun. A brand new dagger, brand new bracelets, and on the couch you can see Aunt Morgana's spell book, which was a key element in that film. So again, if you're a fan of Elvira, if you're a diehard fan, I love those little niche accessories, and this was a must-have for me, and that's why I made it. So hopefully it's a must-have for all of you, and this Elvira brand just keeps on living. We're so excited that 43 years later, Cassandra's character is just as popular as she's been.
So a lot of people have been asking when it comes to Elvira, are there plans to do an ultimate scale version of her?
Without saying anything, I think it's safe to say that when it comes to me, there's a plan to do Elvira everything. Not everything will be able to make it, but I'm very particular about scale and scaling of things, and if you look at that couch, it's just too small for the retro Elvira sitting there. So I don't know what I'm going to do to rectify that, but
All right, then.
yeah, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I would want her to go with the Pee-wee, and I would want her to go with maybe her other bestie, this Ultimate Vincent Price.
Oh.
Yeah, so in my dream, they would all go together because this is one of my favorite Ultimate action figures coming. The entire team did a fantastic job. Early on, when I got this project, I said it's really important to get 3 versions in this version. Vincent Price has 3 very iconic eras. You know, his younger self, kind of his middle-aged self, and his older self. And he also was a very dapper man and had a lot of iconic looks. So you can swap out 3 different expressions to give 3 different eras of Vincent Price. You can also swap out his neckties between an ascot, a necktie, and a bow tie. tons of accessories that pertain to Vincent Price himself and give nods to his horror movies. So check out the socials. And of course, AIC Podcast has all the pictures up. You like that little plug for you? Thanks, buddy. Anytime. Next up to that, which I feel like they should be reversed, but we'll go over the 50th anniversary of Texas Chainsaw. These were very newly revealed at San Diego Comic-Con. You have complete deco samples here. The bookend Leatherfaces are actually one ultimate, so it's one figure where you can swap out the apron and the alternate heads to get both his Granny Cook look and his classic Leatherface look. And then the Pretty Woman Ultimate in the middle is our first fully articulated Pretty Woman. Completely new, all new tooling, all new expressions with that really disturbing deco. And I did make sure to design the fly down because that was in the movie. And I'm ridiculous. And then you've got our Hammer horror. You have your Horror of Dracula, which is shipping now, and you've got your Ultimate Van Helsing. And I had mentioned swapping them because I just want Vincent Price to be with these other two iconic actors. It's just a trio that is, like 50 years in the making.
Yeah, for sure. And those likenesses.
The Peter Cushing is just, it makes me so happy. I work with such talented people.
Unbelievable.
Absolutely amazing. These figures on the shelf you have seen before. They're up for pre-order now. The Megans I know are shipping. You've got the American Werewolf, Jack and David, which David's got 3 to 4 to 6 to 7 different alterations. I'm sorry, Jack. I said David. David's got an alternate expression with his Nightmare Demon look. Fantastic. Another 2-pack is Bloody Ash and Cheryl Williams from the original Evil Dead. Anniversary just passed. Cheryl's my favorite. She just looks psychotic. All these Megans are now out. They're now shipping. So you've got Toonie Megan, Retro Megan, Ultimate Megan, and the life-size Megan currently up on the NECAstore.com. So any version of Megan you want, you've got her. She's like the new friend at the end. And this is a favorite reveal of the weekend as well. I have too many favorites, but I love the FX series, What We Do in the Shadows. It's a phenomenal series. If you don't watch it, watch it. And this was a really, really, really fun Toonie Terrors wave to design. Obviously, aside from our Universal Monsters Toonie wave, our waves are usually mixed IPs. But since there were 5 core Coven characters, I just thought it was a perfect opportunity to do a full Toonie wave of What We Do in the Shadows. So this will be one full wave. Of course, you have Vampire Hunter Guillermo, you have his master Nandor, you've got Energy Vampire Colin, and you've got the power couple of the last 5 centuries, Nadia and Laszlo. They have some fun accessories. We don't have all on display now, but Nadia comes with Doll Nadia. Colin comes with Baby Colin, an energy vampire sucking expression, and they can alternate between the 2 heads. Guillermo comes with his, stack of vampire hunting stakes. Nandor's going to come with a clear base that has the 3 vampire bats in bat form. And if you're a fan of the show, Laszlo, of course, is going to come with the witch hat. Yes, very exciting. Very, very, very exciting. More news on those coming soon. Currently up for pre-order, we have our Alien Romulus. We have the Ultimate Scorched Xenomorph and the accessory set. The accessory set comes packed out with many different chest bursters, facehugger holsters, the pulse rifle, the big chap asteroid, which you can actually hang on your wall. It does have a peg hole in the back. So lots of fun there, and they should be hitting very soon. They're up for pre-order on the NECAstore.com. They're up for pre-order through retailers, and they'll be on shelves either later this year or early next year.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
This segment is brought to you by our friends at Chubsy Wubsy Toys. A traditional mom-and-pop toy store in Little Falls, New Jersey, Chubsy Wubsy Toys brings you the best new toys from the brands you love without the hassle of pounding the pavement searching for them at larger retail stores. Visit them in person at their brand new home at 101 Newark Pompton Turnpike, Suite 1 in Little Falls, New Jersey, or online at chubsywubsy.com. That's CHUBZYWUBZZY.com. And tell them Adventures in Collecting sent you.
Ba-da, Bada boom, sold.
Huh?
Just sold my car on Carvana. Dropping it off and getting paid today.
Already?
What, you still haven't sold yours? You told me about it months ago. Is the offer good?
Oh, the offer's great.
Don't have another car yet?
I could trade it in for this car I love.
Come on, what are we waiting for?
You're right.
Let's go.
Whether you're looking to sell your car right now or just whenever feels right, go to Carvana.com and sell your car the convenient way. Terms and conditions apply.
And now, back to the show.
All right.
Where are we headed to next?
Next? I don't even know. Do you want to keep doing horror and then we'll go back to music? Sure. Okay, let's go on. Horror. Okay, so our Universal Monsters collection. Everything you've seen here before. We've got the few things first time on display, like the packaging for our Crypt Club, sort of 4-pack, sort of 5-pack. You're getting that kind of recreation of the of Dracula's coffin, which is my favorite piece in this. But my favorite part about this 5-pack is the packaging and the art.
Seriously.
Chris Raymar, package designer, got to draw the interior of this packaging, and his idea was to recreate one of those fast food restaurant like kids meal display stands. So when you go in and you had them all displayed just on ridiculous cardboard that made them look like they were in a scene, and I think Chris really just nailed it. It's perfect. I love the transitions for each character and kind of the if it's color, if it's accessories in the background. Each corner of the package is distinct to the character that's packed out in there. So lots of fun.
I feel like I'm standing at the counter asking somebody when they've told me they're out of Dracula. Oh, can I have the one out of the display?
Right. Which ones do you have? I'll get extra meals. Maybe I still do that sometimes. Black and White Nosferatu. He's up for pre-order now. Great thing about this one is our colorized one did not come with the soft goods, so you're not just getting a black and white version of the colorized Nosferatu. You've got his riding cap, his riding robe, and his whip, and of course all the expressions and hands you got with the colorized version in black and white, and you can swap those pieces out, whether you want the colorized or this black and white one. Monsterizer in the back there, still up on the NECA-Store.com. That's a NECA Store exclusive. Obviously, you can see here displayed with the Universal Monsters. It fits in scale with all of our 7-inch action figures. Displayed at Comic-Con in San Diego was the Ultimate Ardeth Bay Mummy and the Ultimate Kemp House Invisible Man. What you didn't see at San Diego Comic-Con was the packaging, which looks phenomenal. We've got it on display here. These were super fun to design. Especially Kemp House is just my favorite iteration. I think he's the most iconic look for Invisible Man for Dr. Jack, and I'm just super excited we had the chance. I think he looks fantastic. You are getting tons of different expressions, and like Vincent Price, I designed that swappable neck piece so you can go between that ascot type scarf or his pajamas. And I think there are maybe 5 different expressions you can alternate through. So the possibilities are endless. And of course, it comes with those additional wraps so he can, do that iconic scene where he's peeling it all off. It's just he's so creepy. He's the creepiest and most simplistic, Universal Monster. I don't know. He's a psychopath. Yeah, that's all I got. Our Beetlejuice display. We have a strong Beetlejuice presence here at New York Comic Con. If you hadn't seen our photo op is the entranceway to Dante's Inferno. We displayed this Dio piece at San Diego Comic Con, and then on the first day of New York Comic Con, just a few days ago, we put this sucker up on the NECA-Store.com. So this is a NECA Store exclusive. You can pre-order it now for 3 weeks only. Once the window's closed, it's gone forever. The Dio piece is a mix of plastic and extremely thick cardstock so that it's light yet durable. It's easy to carry around. It's easy to break down. It's slightly modular. You can take those spikes and the lanterns off. The Dante's sign actually does light up. You kind of see it. I know it's hard with the lights. But we've not turned this off all weekend, and these are the same batteries from SDCC. So it's going to last you a while. And with no tears and no backing, this ultimate spiked Beetlejuice figure with expressions and hands is included with the Dio. So for $179.99, You're getting the complete Dio, lights up, and you are getting a fully articulated Ultimate action figure with accessories included.
And mismatched shoes.
And mismatched shoes and socks. I'm very particular.
You don't say.
Yeah, right? And then, of course, you've seen our return to cult classics with the updated 7-inch slightly articulated figures. You have seen our Bio Exorcist Beetlejuice, which is our first mainline Ultimate Beetlejuice. And yes, I did say first Ultimate mainline Beetlejuice. So first may or may not indicate many more.
Noted.
I loved this one. I love designing this one. I love figuring out the accessories, right? Because to be Ultimate, you have to have a lot of accessories and little things that were in his underground kind of grave layer, like the lantern and the newspaper that he reads, which was very fun to recreate, kind of where he finds that he's got new tenants with the Maitlands. So lots of fun. I love that we're still mixing in 88 Beetlejuice with, of course, to the left, our Beetlejuice, our 2024 sequel film, which was so fun. Thank you, WB, for letting us see it and work on this. And we are introducing Beetlejuice with a full wave of toonies, and they come as 2-packs. So you have Beetlejuice and his not-so-ex Dolores, and you have Lydia with her daughter Astrid. Of course, all 4 being key players in the sequel Beetlejuice. You can still see it in theaters, which is amazing in this day and age, and you can buy it on digital. And again, I mentioned the toonies are our introduction to Beetlejuice. Stay tuned for Ultimate Beetlejuice's news coming soon, maybe Toy Fair.
All right.
Yes. Oh boy, do we have a new breath for this? Are we ready? Displayed here, you've got Series 1 and 2 of Ben Cooper, and I'm not rubbing it in your face. I know Series 1 and 2 was a very limited run. I know a lot of fans. This blew up. You didn't expect it to go as fast as they did, but they did. They're hot. So if you missed out on Series 1 and Series 2, or if you didn't and you're looking for a new, fresh way to get these fan favorite characters from Ben Cooper, the packaged ones in the back were a Walmart CollectorCon reveal on Friday. They are our first glow-in-the-dark series of Ben Cooper. And what we did for the first glow-in-the-dark series is we reintroduced 5 fan favorites from Series 1 and Series 2. And as I mentioned, if you're just getting into it, this is your perfect chance to get those fan favorite characters if you already have them. These are not just repacks of glow-in-the-dark versions. We swapped out the genders, we swapped out the skin tones, so that you're still getting a fresh trick-or-treater and you can still build out that huge Halloween neighborhood of a bunch of trick-or-treaters. Because, you're walking down the street, you look across the way, you see someone with the same costume, you got to dance battle it out. It's what happens on October 31st. I have too much energy.
It's perfect. It's perfect. October 31st, or any other day of the year that you decide to put your costume on.
Yeah, right. Speaking of any other day of the year, when you want to be a superhero and it's not Halloween, brand new revealed here at New York Comic Con is our Series 5 of Ben Cooper. Can't believe we're already revealing technically 6 with the glow in the dark. So Series 5 is our another licensed IP. It's our going to be our 3rd licensed IP series, and it is our DC superhero and supervillains. So these are recreations. They are based on the original Ben Coopers. There have been a few slight tweaks just to keep in line with Style Guide and keeping it fresh and colorful. You've got Batman, you have Batgirl and Joker, you have Superman and Wonder Woman. And again, you know me, I love a deep cut accessory. The Halloween bags, we always include like a pumpkin bucket or a Halloween bag. The WBDC hero and villains Halloween bags are those Super Friend pillowcases that you may have had in the 70s or 80s. And that is my absolute favorite part about these. And the fact that Wonder Woman and Superman's masks are so ridiculously oversized. And if you know those costumes, I don't know how any kid or how they thought any kid was going to fit in that mask, but I just love the authenticity of them. They're amazing.
This whole Ben Cooper line has been like, I think, the biggest surprise recently from NECA in terms of just, how far this is going. Like, it seemed like it was going to be like a one-shot novelty thing, and now here we are.
What's amazing, and I have to give all the credit to Randy Falk, our VP of Product Development. This is his baby, and this is he kind of had this like invigorated life about passion about bringing these characters to life and bringing these figures to life, and he's so enthused about it. And the Chicago Tribune actually wrote an entire article on the nostalgia of Ben Cooper. They interviewed Randy. The Toys That Made Us company, Nacelle, has a documentary about Ben Cooper out now, so go watch that. I think it's on Amazon Prime. So it's just really fantastic that even outside the realm of action figures, Ben Cooper is just having this resurgence in pop culture. So yay, yay, yay. And our Ben Cooper shirts sold out here at New York Comic Con. So cool. Awesome. And then 2 licensed IP Waves. Series 3 is in the front. That's available now at retailers. I have seen it starting to hit Target. I believe you can order them from all the major online fan channels. We have the Xenomorph. We have Beetlejuice. And we have 2 Gremlins. We have Stripe as in Gremlin form, and we of course have Gizmo Mogwai. These are recreations from original Ben Cooper costumes. However, Series 4 in the background is our first series of What If Ben Coopers. So we have taken popular IPs that we have the licenses to, and we have done concepts as if these IPs existed in the heyday of Ben Cooper. So you have Sam from Trick or Treat, you have Nosferatu, you have John Carver from Thanksgiving, you have Captain Spaulding from House of a Thousand Corpses, and I'm purposely saving Krampus for last because I'm telling a little story with my booth here. Of course, you have Krampus and the Trick or Treaters, and then in the booth below, or in the display below, we have our deluxe Krampus and our deluxe Krampus Dare Clown from the 2015 movie Krampus, which is ridiculous and fun and spooky and wonderful and campy and all the things I love about horror. Both are deluxe figures. They come in massive, wonderful collector packaging, tons of accessories. Again, me and my niche accessories, my favorite is the snow globe that comes with Krampus. Just the detail in having that little house in there to recreate the very, 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 very creepy and nightmarish ending. That's what makes me sleep. Things jumping out at me? No. The idea of being trapped in a snow globe for all eternity with my family? Yes. Is that not everyone's Christmas nightmare? It's true. It's true. Another Christmas nightmare is our friend to the end, Chucky. This is from the Christmas episode of Chucky, and you're really getting 2 full Ultimates. Someone said it over the weekend that you're getting a naughty and a nice version, and I love that. You can get a clean version with this, and you can put the soft goods sweater. So you have kind of a clean Chucky writing out his Christmas list. Comes with the milk and cookies, comes with his little cup of hot cocoa, and then you can swap them out. Take the soft goods shirt off. He's got a bloody deco on his good guy overalls. He comes with alternate bloody hands, as you can see, and alternate bloody expressions, multiple, and clean and bloody Santa hat along with a chainsaw. So if you are familiar with that episode, you can kind of recreate both the episode and the promos of it. So very good. Yeah. Keeping Gremlins alive. I cannot believe I'm saying this. We are celebrating 40 years of Gremlins with the evolution of the Gremlins 4-pack, which is, if you're familiar, packaged after the original toys. So we've recreated the packaging. And again, this is a great way for you to get a refresh on packaging, or if you're just getting into Gremlins collecting, you get Mogwai Gizmo with alternate expression, you get Mogwai Stripe and Gremlin Stripe with additional accessories. So look for that soon. I'm also looking soon. Oh man, my favorite Tim Burton films of all time.
I'm so excited for these to be back in the NECA wheelhouse here.
And you said it, back. We have The Nightmare Before Christmas back in the NECA family. We did them years ago. We expanded the line so far. We went so deep, and we're so happy to get the license back and give everybody an update, an upgrade. We've upgraded articulation. We've upgraded our accessories. We've upgraded deco. So you're really getting like all new ultimate versions. And in the first wave, you've got, of course, Jack Skellington and Sally. You have the mayor of Halloween Town, and we have a variant of Jack, which isn't just a repaint, it's Santa Jack, who I think is just as important as Pumpkinhead Jack.
So, fun fact about Eric. Eric's first ever NECA toy was the original Jack and Zero.
Oh. Well, we're gonna have to get AIC Podcast an ultimate Jack Skellington.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. All right, so let's finish up here with the rest of our horror.
Yeah, so on display here, you've got fan favorites that you've already seen either on display, up for pre-order, or in stores. Your Jigsaws, both versions are now mainline, so you can get them anywhere, along with our John Carvers. The new, Steelbook of Thanksgiving just came out. So if you haven't seen the movie, go get the Steelbook, go get the action figures. I love a super meta slasher whodunit. It's my favorite genre of horror, and Thanksgiving just hit the axe on the head. See what I did there?
See what you did there.
Of course, Ghostface. I mean, talk about favorite meta slasher of all time. Ghostface Inferno is on shelves now, and you can get, I don't even know how many different possibilities between sleeveless, robed, aged mask, chrome mask, flamethrower, machetes, knives.
Knife wiping hand.
Knife wiping hand for the first time in main line. We could do an entire episode on Ghostface, don't get me started. You've seen Prison Escape, Hannibal Lecter, and maybe a very, very early look at Masked Hannibal Lecter, but here's Masked Hannibal Lecter. He will be coming very shortly. I think he is going to be shipping to retailers in the next month or so. Those alternate expressions. And quite honestly, I hear the fans. Again, this was a great way to re-release some cult classics. And though we weren't able to do Ultimates of Hannibal Lecter, we felt that it was time. A lot of people couldn't get these or had to pay a lot on the aftermarket. It was time to give the fans at least a Hannibal Lecter collectible. And the mask is going to be my favorite because what articulation do you really need besides his neck? So I love this one. I love his look, and I'm really excited to get it back on my display shelf.
Yeah, and those updated likenesses are insane.
Right? I don't want to hear anyone say it's just a re-release. It looks exactly like him. These two Alves are currently up for pre-order. You've got Born to Rock Alf, actually, which I think might even be hitting retailers. And you've got Totally 80s Alf. Both of these were super fun to collaborate with Thomas Gwynn on, and as a little nod to Thomas Gwynn, because he's like the epitome of knowledge with Alf. We did not have the license to design a real video game console, so Randy gave me the green light to just make one up. So I just did an amalgamation of all the video game consoles I had as a kid, and I affectionately named it the NECA Entertainment System, NES. The TG5000. So thank you, Thomas Gwynn. And the cartridge in there, the game is Alien Lifeform. So if you're an ALF fan, you know that is actually what ALF stands for. So lots of fun accessories. The Born to Rock looks like a plush that I had from a fast food restaurant. So it's really fun to put your childhood into these action figures. And putting your fandom into the action figures, Mr. Randy Falk, Iron Maiden obsessed. These are our first Iron Maiden Ultimates. So Randy, again, is another passion project. He loves Iron Maiden, and the Future Past World Tour actually they just went on tour 2 weeks ago, and he got to work with Iron Maiden into developing the Future Past World Tour 2-pack to celebrate Iron Maiden's World Tour. And look for news very soon. We got to do a tiny little work with Iron Maiden, and we have these going up for order on the NECA store soon, and you're going to see, probably just because of what I'm talking about that I can't reveal and I'm saying too much, might be our favorite video to release on NECA. So Stay tuned. I didn't say anything.
So I'd also like to point out that you once again used the word first.
Oh,
Iron Maiden Ultimate Figures.
Yeah, maybe I'm just throwing that word out too loosely, or maybe, I don't know, maybe we all have a plan. Who knows?
And I'd also like to point out that next year, 2025, marks the 50th anniversary of Iron Maiden. So, just me throwing that out there.
That's insane.
Just me throwing that out there. Well, Blaine, you guys have a lot on display,
Right?
You're a busy guy. Thank you so much for taking the time to walk us through this. As always, it's always awesome to see what NECA's got out here.
Thank you.
We're joined with the reigning, undisputed, licensed champion of the world, Brian.
I was going to say
Volkweis.
multiple-time guest.
Multiple-time guest.
3 years in the toy business doing Star Trek. Okay, let's go.
Unbelievable. So, yeah, right out of the gate, congratulations.
Yeah.
We know how much this license means to you. We know how important it is to you, and we're super stoked that you're going to be making Star Trek toys.
It's very surreal. Very surreal. It's literally like I'm in an awaking dream or a woke dream. I don't know what you call it. I feel like I'm lying, like when I talk about it. Like I always want to like show evidence so people trust me. Like it's that weird. Like it's that bonkers that we're doing this, and it wasn't hard. It was like a really kind of very straightforward process. Yeah.
Yeah, it's super cool, man. So tell us
awesome.
what are we looking at here? What are we starting off with?
Is this going to air in the next 29 minutes?
No,
I'm kidding.
no.
I'm sorry, 17 minutes? Okay, so what we're doing with our Star Trek line, we internally, like our joke is we call it Star Trek, the unproduced. And that unproduced falls into two categories. Category one, it's characters that have literally never been made ever before. So that's like Captain Jellicoe from Chain of Command, Captain Garrett from yesterday's Enterprise. She's the captain of the Enterprise C.
Yeah.
So there's characters like that, never been made before. Then there's characters where the characters have been made before, but that particular uniform or costume has never been made before. So we're doing Sulu. Rumor has it, we're not the first people to make Sulu. But we are the first people to make Captain Sulu.
There we go.
And before you get there, yes, he comes with the teacup, the Excelsior, USS Excelsior, China.
Perfect.
So yeah, everyone's always like, but yes, he comes with the China. And then we're also doing Captain Archer, but we're not doing him in his 22nd century uniform. We're doing it from the episode of Mirror Darkly, where he's wearing the original series, kind of greenish, yellowish, greenish tunic.
Chartreuse.
Yes, chartreuse. So that gives you a good idea of the mixture. We're doing First Mate Bossman Shipman Peter Pressman from Star Trek II Wrath of Khan, who's actually here today, the actor, Ike Isaacman. Wow. So special, big surprise. Actually, I just took a picture of him looking at his figure for the first time. We're doing Valkyris, the Klingon from Star Trek III. She was very important to me because I feel like her scene gives Star Trek III weight. Like, it says so much about Kruge and her, everything that happens to her. But also, she's the first female Klingon ever shown, with speaking lines for sure. Her costume is basically the prototype for every female Klingon that will ever come. So she's a very important character in that regard. We're doing Tuvix from Voyager.
Okay.
Who I don't know. Do you know?
You're really spread out here.
Well, that's by design. So we're trying to make this very diverse line. That's really cool. Sulu gives us the original series cast and Star Trek VI.
Yeah.
Archer gives us Captain Archer, so we got Enterprise. But because of the costume, it's a little bit of a cheat. But it kind of gives us the original series.
Yep.
Captain Jellicoe, Next Generation. Rachel Garrett, even though she's also Next Generation, she's basically wearing a hybrid 23rd century uniform.
Okay.
That's never been made. So it's like the regular tunic, but it doesn't tuck in and there's no belt.
Yeah.
So every little one shows just like a different little piece of Star Trek. And this is just wave one.
So cool.
And these figures will live kind of in everybody's collection, kind of go with what they have already?
Yeah, that's the idea. We did right or wrong, and I feel like 80% are happy about this, 20% are not happy. But we're doing about 7-inch figures. So I want them. So our North Star is Star Wars Black Series G.I. Joe Classified.
Okay.
So they will fit in perfectly with Diamond Select and Art Asylum.
Okay.
They'll be a little bigger than the Playmates. And I love Playmates. I probably have well over 100 of them. But you just can't do the level of detail that we want to do at that scale.
Okay.
So that's why we're going a little bigger.
So this will be in your Nacelleverse scale.
Yes.
You would say.
Yes. Not a part of the Nacelleverse. Nacelle has not bought Star Trek.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can make that joke. I can't. But that being said, yes. And really, and it's funny. Everything I'm like saying when I talk to people like you is like what I pitched. Like, so it's like stuff I've already said to you verbatim is what I said to Paramount Global when we were trying to get this. Like, what I'm trying to do is make the stuff that I want on my shelf that unless I go to Etsy, I can't get. So like, again, Captain Jellicoe, Captain Garrett, forget about Jellicoe, like he's just my kind of guy, but Rachel Garrett, she's the captain of the Enterprise C, and I just want to say for the record, I know Star Trek is fake, but her going back, knowing it was certain death, that saves 10 billion lives.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why is there a salamander Tom Paris and no one ever made Rachel Garrett?
It is one of the ultimate sacrifices in science fiction.
Absolutely. Sure. One of my favorite lines in all of Star Trek is right after Picard, in a very Picard way, says, we are losing the war. 10 billion have died. You're going to die if you go back, but you need to go back. And her reaction to that is, Lieutenant Castillo, tell the crew we're going back. Knowing full well she's going to die, her crew's, and she dies anyway, spoiler. But
Spoiler alert.
Can't get mad at a 35-year delay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the line. That's what we're trying to do is make these figures that people want that have, for whatever reason, never been made.
Yeah, I mean and it's something that we're actually seeing throughout kind of the toy industry right now, outside of kind of the heavier hitters out there. But like, people are kind of approaching this new way of making figures where they're gap filling, right?
Yeah.
They're going back.
Here's the thing you don't have.
Yeah, and I love that nobody has done this with Star Trek yet.
Yeah,
Every
they've done
time-
the opposite.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, here's another Picard, here's another Spock, here's another Kirk. It's
And I'm
like,
tapped out.
Yeah.
Like, I'm out. But by the way, I just want to be clear. We will do Kirk. We will do Picard.
Yeah.
It's just, another example, Kirk. He's never been in that kind of interesting sweater he wears in Generations.
Yeah.
I was going to say, are we getting mountain climbing, Kirk?
Oh my God.
With the boots. With the boot. But yes, like, that's my point. Like, not every figure needs to sell 100,000 units. Like, the way I think you make a line is you have to show the fans, like, yes, we got to make some money by Kirk, by Picard, by Spock. But again, Valkyris, I think a lot of people would have made Kruge. I think a lot of other people would have made Worf.
Yep.
I wanted to make A, a Klingon that had never been made, and B, it's such a great scene. It's so interesting what happens, and so much of Klingon mythology, I really believe, comes out of that scene that shows the honorableness of Klingons. I didn't want to make another Worf. We will make Worf one day. My goal, like the bell at the carnival, make at least 100 figures.
Okay.
Like,
awesome.
we're doing 8. We were originally going to do 6 figures for Wave 1. So we did we have an email that people can write to us. We got over 2,000 emails of people telling us, do this, do that. One guy sent us, I have it printed. It's about 80 pages. It's every single Star Trek episode ever made. He even included a section called, I know you don't have these rights yet, but if you ever get them, and then it's all of the Discovery newer shows too. But the number one thing we heard over and over and over again that wasn't characters was, don't just make 3. Don't just make 5. So people really want a big line.
Yeah, I mean, 8 for a first wave, that's
so we went to Paramount and said, hey, can we do 8? And they were like, yeah, it's actually good for us the more you make.
Yeah.
So, and my hope is, if these do well, and knock on wood they will, that every wave after is 10.
Okay.
And I'd like to do 2 waves a year, because that'll get us 20 figures a year.
Yeah.
And that's only 5 years to get to 100.
Yeah.
And you need to engage the fans. Like, the fans need to know. Like, I feel like Hasbro does this super well, where like today they announced, or yesterday they announced all these vintage Star Wars figures. They're not coming out for like a year.
Yeah.
But like, there's more coming out this month that they announced. So there's just this
the cycle has started.
Yeah. And that's what we want to do with these.
Yeah, the pipeline's important, and I think too with Star Trek, very similarly to Star Wars, right? Like how there's just this ocean of content, of characters,
immense world.
Because like
characters,
the comic books, even like what IDW is doing with the comics.
Yeah,
like, there's so much.
So good.
There's so much there.
And we want to do stuff from some of the comics. Yeah. Like that would be, again, Wave 1 has to work. Wave 2 has to work. It's 8 minutes. We're going to show the world what we're going to show the world.
Yeah.
These are the last 8 minutes where I have no feedback on these decisions. In about an hour, when I get off the panel on my way to JFK, I'll be looking at the comments and I'll know if we were smart or stupid. Yeah.
Well, we're excited.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Outside of the figures, anything else? Are you working on any kind of ships or anything else for Star Trek?
Not yet. And please don't read too much into the yet.
Okay.
Because there is absolutely nothing going on of that nature right now. But, this is a small but I do believe, based on all the conversations we've been having with Paramount, which are now pretty much as you would expect on a daily basis, I think if this goes well, because Paramount, they also don't know if I was right with doing Captain Jellicoe and Valkyries.
Yeah.
There's going to be people scratching there. Who is Peter Preston? So, we have to know if what we did works.
Yeah.
If it works, I think we'll be able to have some pretty cool conversations with them.
Cool. Well, before we let you go and let you get to your panel, Toys That Made Us.
Yes.
Also coming back.
Yes.
So, I know it's not fair to give it only like 5 minutes to talk about it, but a bunch of really, really cool episodes. I know I'm excited for the fast food toys one. That's my biggest one.
I'm dude, we almost didn't do it because there's 2 episodes I've always wanted to do since the beginning. Fast food toys and the toys that should have not been made. And now? Oh, I thought it was 11.
Check out Toys That Made Us. Check out the Star Trek stuff coming from Nacelle. Brian, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
All right, so we are here with Carissa from Thrilljoy at New York Comic Con. And this is a pretty big booth here, pretty big launch experience. So Carissa, why don't you tell us a little bit about Thrilljoy?
So Thrilljoy is invented... Thrilljoy was started within 4 months. It's Brian Mariotti's brainchild. He had this crazy idea 4 months ago that he wanted to create a new way to display collectibles, have ultra-limited items. Each one of our items actually has a chase. So every single Pix product that you buy, you have a 1 in 6 chance of a chase. And some of them even have ultra-rare pieces. So you're going to look at those, are going to be 24 pieces. We've also launched Thrilljoy Threads. I'm rocking some of that right now. All of our Thrilljoy Threads are limited edition 200. So we have a lot of really cool items here. It is our launch. We're so excited to see all of the fans that are coming out and excited about the brand like we are.
So what makes this product really unique in terms of its packaging and how it's kind of presented?
Yeah, so all of our packaging is really high end. We wanted to make sure that anything that got sent to the collector is going to be protected. And that just starts with even our outer cases. When you receive a Thrilljoy package, it's going to come with these plastic corners, so none of the products get damaged. You're going to open it up. You're going to see all this beautiful spot varnished packaging, the magnets on the bottom. You're going to have a collector's card that will also be your certificate of authenticity. It's numbered. And then you have your Pix product. The Pix product itself is also super innovative, and it has a lot of ways you can display it. There's a mechanism on the back that you can hang it on a wall, or you can stack them up. I'm 5'11", and I have stacked those Pix products taller than me, so you know that they're going to be sturdy. You can place them wherever. It has the 180 back, so it's perfect for a corner, and even all of that is spot varnished and embossed.
And what kind of IPs are you guys launching with?
We launched with 17 different IPs. My favorites being Duck Dodgers. I'm a big Duck Dodgers fan. I have to give a shout out to Huckleberry Hound for Brian Mariotti. We have a lot of others like Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, We have Mars Attacks, and we have other IPs coming down the line, like Scooby-Doo.
And for people who are not at New York Comic Con, where can they pick up their Thrilljoy pieces?
Yeah, so you can shop Thrilljoy.com, or you can check out our exclusive retail partner, Box Lunch Hot Topic. Right now they have Beetlejuice and Chucky for sale.
Awesome. Carissa, thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much.
What's up, guys? Thomas here from Jada, part of the marketing team here. Today I'm proud to present you guys our display here at New York Comic Con. Right now we have our RC section right here. We have the Wednesday theme RC that's available at Walmart and Target for $30. We have Back to the Future RC here, 1/16 scale. You can find it at Target as well. We have our new Godzilla Nissan GCR R35 RC that's available in a few months, maybe around Target. We also have our next level convention exclusive Stay Puft Ghostbusters Nano Scene. It comes with a 6-inch Stay Puft made of die-cast metal, so including a Nano Ecto 1 as well. It has a premium packaging, and it can open up itself. It has a magnetic flap just to close it.
That's awesome.
Yes, and at the bottom here, we also have our Hollywood rides section, just our new anime Hollywood rides, and some of our regular ones, just like our Walking Dead blend with the Dodge Challenger. We have our new Jujutsu Kaisen Itadori with the Subaru, and the new Back to the Future Nano Scene that hasn't come out yet. It will be available in a few months, and then you can find it at Target. We'll go to the next one over here.
That's really cool.
And over here, onto the action figures.
All right.
We have the Scooby-Doo franchise over here. We are showcasing at New York Comic Con the packaging first to be seen here at the convention. We've already shown the Mummy, and also what's new is Scooby-Doo and the head sculpt of the person who did it for the Creeper. So in the packaging for the monsters, you'll find the head of the monster and also the head sculpt of the person who actually done it.
That's awesome.
Yes.
And is the idea to go pretty deep into like the ghosts and the monsters, right?
The monsters, yes. So we'll most likely try to do like the entire gang and the original monsters as well.
Very cool.
And most of you guys already know our Chester Cheetos action figure that we showcased a year ago at San Diego Comic Con. And this year at San Diego Comic Con earlier, we showed our Tony the Tiger. And we're here at New York Comic Con with him. As you know, he has the red cloth and scarf as well. And the packaging looks amazing with the cereal box.
Very cool. I'm really excited about these next two.
Yes, so we showcase here day one for New York Comic Con the Fruity Pebbles and Cocoa Pebbles line with Fred and Barney. A lot of people are excited for this line. My boss tells me this is the action figures nobody knew that they wanted.
We like to talk about it on Adventures in Collecting like that too, where it's I didn't know I needed this until I saw it.
Yeah. And I guess it's just because it just hits this nostalgia factor as well.
For sure.
And here we have the Mega Man line that most people have already seen, but we have it displayed here at the con as well. Just seeing it in person is just surreal as well, just because of the detailing. I love their eyes just because it looks like an anime to me.
Yeah.
And then just the effects. My personal favorite is probably Gemini Laser here. This comes with the little penguin over here.
So cool.
Yes.
Yeah, these are definitely the best Mega Man figures. They look like they walk right off the screen.
Right. Like they're so close to the game, dude. It's awesome.
Very, very cool.
And we have our Cyberpunk figures. Lucy, David, Rebecca, Maine here. And if you've seen from our socials as well, we announced that the first wave, which is David and Lucy, that will be coming out very soon with a pre-order date, maybe next month, and they'll be shipping out maybe around January of next year. And you'll have them on hand end of January, beginning of February.
Very cool. And now for the headliner here.
The greatest, what everyone's most excited about, our Street Fighter figures.
Seeing them all together finally. So, to our listeners, Mike Jimenez from Jada was on the show, and he told us that the goal was to complete the cast.
Exactly.
And here we are.
Because I feel like a lot of companies sometimes miss a few characters, and we want to make sure we don't miss a single beat. Whether that's in our Mega Man line, our Cyberpunk as well, but for Street Fighter too. And for Street Fighter, we also showed Akuma front facing because at San Diego Comic-Con we only showed his back.
The ultimate teaser.
So at this convention we have him front facing.
This looks fantastic. I mean, this line, it's so good. It's so good. And for a company that is known for die-cast vehicles first and foremost, like this being like such a complete action figure line is just incredible. You guys really did a great job with these.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, when we came out with the first Street Fighter away with Ryu, Chun-Li, and Fei Long, it just boomed out of nowhere when everyone started just questioning, like, where did we come from?
So which one is your favorite?
I say my favorite would be M. Bison just because of the cape. Like, the cape, you can just manipulate as much as you want just to make him look like excuse my language, but a badass.
Yeah, no, it's a solid choice. He's also my favorite current one, but I'm excited for this guy right here, Blanca.
Yes, a lot of people have been talking about Blanca too. Everyone's excited for him.
And then what do we have down here to finish us out?
We have down here the convention Next Level exclusives, which is our Pink Chun-Li and our Violent Kin. We actually already started selling these at San Diego Comic-Con, but because they're convention exclusives, we had to bring them out at New York for those who weren't able to get it. And as you guys know, they come with extra accessories, extra heads. Pink Chun-Li has her iconic smiling face and one of the heads with the regular buns, so you can use it on the other blue Chun-Li, the normal Chun-Li.
Very, very cool. Thomas, thank you so much for taking us through this.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me. Appreciate showing you guys what we have on display. Can't wait to show you more and more licenses we may acquire. Peace out, guys.
Thank you, dear listener, for hanging out with us today. Subscribe, rate, and review us wherever you listen, and then tell your friends to do it. Thanks also to Joe Azari, the golden voice behind our intro. Our music is Game Boy Horror by the Zombie Dandies. Find more about them both in our show notes.
Follow us on social media at AIC_podcast on Instagram and Twitter. Stop by and say hi, show us your toy hauls, and share your toy stories. Maybe we'll talk about it in a future episode.
Don't try this at home. Void where prohibited and some assembly required. Each sold separately, not a flying toy. Consult a physician if your toy run exceeds more than 4 hours.
This has been a non-productive media presentation. Executive producer, Frank Hablawi. This program and many others like it on the Non-Productive Network is distributed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial No Derivatives license. Please share it, but ask before trying to change it or sell it. For more information, visit non-productive.com.